So hopefully you have everything sorted out by now, watching this video for KnowUML. If not, just reach out for some help. Make sure you're all set. Don't just keep watching videos. I want you to be hands-on and practice this. But let's say you're up and running. Keep going here. I have my KnowUML going. I have my badges set, and now I'm ready to do some coding. Now, one of the things I recommend is make this big. You can see everything nice and easy. And again, start simple. We're going to start with the classes and we're reading the classes. I'm going to assume you figured out the question side of it. Again, this is about coding in Python specifically. So you want to code it in Python, then come on over here and check it out. You have your class, and hopefully you get some practice in. You quickly recognize that this is the name of the class in the top box. These are the attributes in the middle box. These are the methods and or constructors down in the bottom one here. These are actually called compartments, but box is fine. But the official name of them is a compartment. And when we're going to code the class, we're basically going to be told, oops, sorry, in the instructions which class we're going to code right here. The daycare center class, the one we're doing. It's typically a main one inside of there, but make sure you double check. And we write the code right here. Again, don't forget the hints. If you're not sure how to get started, say create shell. And when that pops up, it'll give you a window, daycare center. Now, for some of these basic ones, it'll actually allow you to copy and paste it. If you answer the whole, show me everything, you can't copy and paste it. But if you're not sure, go through that. Now, if you look at the badges here, when I ask for help, it actually gives me a badge, Hint Hunter. I got a badge for asking for help right there. Nothing wrong with that. You should be asking for help early on. That's going to help you get better at this stuff. If you want to go back to your problem, by the way, diagrams show current diagram. That doesn't go away. You just got to flip back over to it. All right. So again, if you're not sure how to get started, well, what does an attribute look like in Python? If you have coded other programming languages, object-oriented programming languages, it's different. So if you're not sure, go ask for a hint. Ask for a hint of one, ask for a hint of all of them. If I just say, hey, one random, it'll show it to me. But wait, that looks kind of weird. Like, where does that go? Well, in Python, attributes of the class actually get built dynamically as they go. You don't get defined ahead of time. You can actually add attributes anytime you want to. Not my favorite feature of Python, but it works. So I need to create a constructor, and that's the definition of a constructor, init right here. Now in UML, a constructor is something named the same as the class name. So you see daycare center, and it has this two parameters that get passed in. One of them is the name, and the other is the tax ID. Now, in Python, we don't care about types. In UML, we can say the name is a string. And in some languages, Java, C, JavaScript, to some degree, TypeScript for sure, we need that type. In Python, we don't. We don't care about this type. But also in Python, I need to pass in the variable that is the self item. Let me actually show you what happens if I don't do that here. Let me put the right here. I'll just do pass real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and submit this code. And it's going to pop up. It's going to have an error. Oh, it says daycare center none. Oh, daycare init takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. Not a very clear message right there, because wait, 2, what was the third that was given? Well, the third was the object itself. When I say daycare right here, that's the object itself. And so you got to remember, in Python, anytime you're dealing with methods or constructors, it should start with a variable. It doesn't actually have to be named self, but if you just always name it self, it'll start to stick in your brain a little bit better. But now when I do this one, my error message changes. Oh, okay, so I'm actually building the daycare object properly, but I don't have a name, I don't have an address, I don't have the capacity and get clean and disinfect for those. So let's talk about those attributes. Let's stick with those. So the attributes. So if I say self.address is equal to none, because it didn't tell me what type, and I say self.name is equal to none, because it's a string, and my default for string is going to be none as well, if I haven't been given one. Now, technically speaking, name could be this one right here, but it's expecting none to come back. So it's not super smart, the solution, but just recognizing that, but I can go hit submit code. Wait a minute. Extra member address none. Extra member name none. The following addresses were not found. Name and address. Wait, how can I have an extra address and a missing address at the same time? Well, because in Python, when I have something that's negative right here, it means it's private. The minus sign in front of that says it's private, not public. Python expects that to have an underscore underscore before the name. So these are both private attributes. So these need to be self underscore underscore name right there. And if I do that, now it likes name and address. Now it's happy with those. But we're still missing a couple methods. Now, let's go ahead and add those methods in. So def, get capacity. Why am I starting with get capacity? Well, because daycare center is the constructor right here. We've already taken care of that one right here. So get capacity takes no parameters, but I need to remember I always pass in self when I'm writing a method. And so what does this method need to do? Well, it can do pass for most methods, or in this case, it returns an integer. I'm going to say return 0. I don't think it even matters at my tester. We'll find out here in a second. So yeah, we did that one, get capacity. So it's only missing clean and disinfect. So let's add that one in real quick. Remember, these have to line up. These method names have to line up, and you have to do that by hand. So def, clean, and infect. And it doesn't have to do anything. You can just say pass. Oh, it didn't find. Oh, wait, extra member bound, clean and disinfect. Was not found. Oh, yeah. I gotta remember the self, right? I gotta do self.